This week at the University of Rhode Island,
some URI students may be forced to readjust their living arrangements in the near future.
Calls for concern regarding stipend reviews.
URI's big band to make some big moves yet again.
And a keynote speaker who inspired his crowd over the weekend. Hello everyone, I'm Marissa Tansino.
And I'm Ali Herrera, and we're here to bring you this week's top stories. Over the years, URI students have migrated off campus and into the neighboring town of Narragansett. Now the town is considering putting in place an ordinance that will limit the number of unrelated individuals in a home to 4. If this regulation passes, landlords with homes that would normally house 5, 6, 7, and 8 students would have to apply and qualify for a special use permit through the town. We spoke to some students who had a few things to say on this issue.
Having more students would be better because it's a bigger community, I guess. So I don't know, I'm all for 5 to 6 people in a residential area.
My friend group is more than 4, so it would cause issues when I want to live off campus.
We're going to be living in a 6 next year, and we just sort of understand that if you cut it down to 4, that not only does it kind of cripple the students, but it's also going to affect the homeowners themselves, just because rent's going to be jacked up for those larger houses.
I think they wanted to put four students in a house to prevent parties or something, and I don't think that's going to... It's not going to prevent anything. It's just going to prevent 5 people from living together.
Students aren't the only ones responding to the regulations the town of Narragansett is trying to put in place. Real estate will also be affected by this ordinance if it passes, and rental manager Kim Churas says Lila Delman Real Estate is already seeing it affect their owners. Churas says if homeowners are only allowed to rent to certain people, they may be forced to sell their homes. Churas also says, as real estate agents in this town, they're fighting to keep students in these homes. She says, quote, "You're an important part of our business, and I firmly believe that the ordinances they're trying to put forward are not the best use for this community as a whole," end quote. The Narragansett Town Council has recommended the Planning Board review these regulations regarding off-campus housing. The meeting was held this past Wednesday, March 9th. We'll have more for you on what happened in that meeting next week.
This is the first year that Student Senate's Student Organization Advisory Review Committee decided to review positions held within all student organizations receiving stipends. Sam King, chairwoman of the SOARC, says that it's important to remain objective throughout the process. However, many concerns about the stipend review process has been that the SOARC, a committee within Student Senate, reviewed Student Senate stipends. King says, quote, "It was a concern expressed by members of my committee that it would have been awkward to do that. As members of Student Senate, this is a job that's been put in our lap, and we have to do it no matter how uncomfortable it may be." King also mentioned that Student Senate removed the Director of Marketing and the Secretary as stipend positions after the review.
Some big news for URI's big band, invited back for a 4th consecutive year to play at the world-renowned Newport Jazz Festival. The band will be directed again by Dr. Jared Sims, professor of saxophone and jazz at the university. The band is all undergraduate students with one graduate student who is singing. The festival takes place Friday, July 29th to Sunday, July 31st.
Rapper Common delivered an inspirational speech to the crowd that gathered in Edwards Auditorium on Saturday night. Common, whose real name is Lonnie Lynn Jr., spoke to his audience about his story and constant strive for greatness. He also won over the crowd while performing a freestyle that referenced several URI landmarks. In addition to his career in the music industry, he's also a poet, an author, and an Academy Award-winning songwriter as co-writer and performer of the song Glory from the 2014 film Selma. Nearly 8.5 years into his career, URI's athletic director is finally getting some recognition.
Thor Bjorn has been named one of the best ADs in the country. URI's Jeremy Dawson has the story.
Thor Bjorn has received the Under Armour Athletic Director of the Year award. Bjorn was one of 4 winners selected out of 125 Division I FCS schools.
It was very humbling, and I was certainly very excited. But when you take time to reflect on that, it's, anytime there's a recognition like that, it's really attributable to so many different people and amazing student athletes and great coaches and staff and being part of a great institution.
Well, since I've been here, Thor has just been very active in all athletic teams. He supports mostly all of the teams, if not all of them, at most of the athletic events, tries to find as many ways that he can provide funding for them, and just trying to make our athletic teams just a better family.
And the emphasis on family has been a key to Bjorn's success at URI.
Well, we see him tweeting all the time, and he'll use the hashtag RamFam. and that really kind of brings everybody together.
As with any family, you have to keep working on it and instill values and core values and things that are important to you. And so, you know, that type of family environment and seeing our students interact with each other is something also that I take incredible pride in.
I've really gotten to experience firsthand how this program has changed and grown, and I think that's all due to Thor. He's done a great job. Obviously, we've seen with the award he just won.
You know, every year, every actually semester, the facilities just continue to be better, get better, and Thor is really trying to provide one of the top-notch athletic facilities in the country.
Hopefully we can continue working towards finishing and achieving our ultimate goals, and that's really so that every student athlete walks out of here with a championship ring on one hand and a diploma in the other.
One big addition Bjorn is pushing for is to get artificial turf and new lights put into Meade Stadium for the football team, club sports, and potentially to attract high school championships. Bjorn will receive the AD of the Year award on June 15th at the NACDA's 51st Annual Convention in Dallas, Texas. I'm Jeremy Dawson, URI News.
For more on these stories and everything else you need to know this week, visit our website, roadiecigar.com.
You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
I'm Marissa Tansino.
And I'm Allie Herrera. Have a great weekend, everyone.